god.
You know what, Kodo? Sick of your shit. Okay. Eat some biscuits. Get back to me.
Wait, why do you have erasers?
I mean, so I have this
It's the only way he can get off anymore.
So this pristine pencil has no eraser. It's a design flaw, but I find that these white erasers really do the trick, and it makes you seem really sophisticated. You write shit with this and then have a separate eraser. So,
yeah, that'll totally cover up your character flaws.
That's incredible.
I used to destroy those erasers.
You have to get like special mechanical pencil refill stuff.
Oh no, this is 0.5. It's just standard.
I see somebody with a separate eraser. I'm like, oh hey, look, an academic fuckboy.
That's me.
When I had those, I would erase so much that my desk would just cover in erasings and just go.
It's a really fun, effective eraser. Like it's almost better to specialize because any eraser that you put on the end of one of these is going to be shit anyway. So, might as well.
And I stopped using pencils for a long time. I hated to erase things. Like, ugh.
Yeah, but I make way too many mistakes. So, like with
I do. So that's why I just scribble it with pen and I just write somewhere else.
I don't think I've ever written anything down during a class.
I would make notes and then doodle next to it.
I started to realize that like I didn't actually have to read the notes, but for me, just the act of writing it like helped it like stay in my brain better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like if I just took notes and like never read them, like I would do better than if I just didn't take notes at all.
Just doodle and just take notes. That's where my notes would go.
By the way, Zach, this was it's just the video thing I was talking about.
YouTube.
Is it something dark?
That's just Eric.
I didn't have the fucking arguments. Was this like after a debate tournament or something?
No, he got pulled over by a cop and basically didn't have the arguments in place, and somehow he lost to a cop.
Oh man, so he's just like triggered by the fact that like the unfairness of being like accosted by a police officer. Like, how unfair was it? I didn't have time to prepare.
I think were you there too, Ken? We were like both there, and then
I wasn't there for that day. I don't think.
I feel like you were there or something. I know Elsie was, or you were there for a bit and then you left.
See, the thing is that you're supposed to have those arguments in your court appearance, right? Like that's your time you have to prepare for. Right?
No, I was arguing with the cop. Okay. I'm trying to remember. Like it
the
didn't
cop's
turn
like,
out
I'm just doing my job, dude. Like I don't fucking know. Like I'll see you in court, I guess. Like. That's how I imagine.
Wait, it was first before the cop came. He had a problem with his car. Something went wrong with his tire, and he had to pull over and fix it. And then later, the cop came.
Oh.
So it was a good day.
Kodo, you look like you're sitting next to a really big pair of pants.
It does kind of look like a really big pair of pants, those curtains.
And that giant-ass nose, you could probably park a bus in one of those nostrils.
I feel like your eyebrow muscles are getting better. It's like what rabbits do.
Yeah, I was going to say everybody doing their best bunny impersonation.
You still can't beat Ken with the eyebrows. Like I don't know how you do Ken. Like how you control this one so well. I can only just do like a little bit on my right brow.
I have a very specific form of Tourette's, which is brow specific.
I can't move my right without moving my. I can do the left one independently, but this one is just like
the left one. Are you left-handed?
I have an easier time with my left eyebrow also.
Yeah. I can't do that. Just my right, because my right is the dominant side.
Have Have you guys ever heard of doing the squinch? Apparently, it's like how to take
squanch.
It's like how to
to
take like attractive photos. Apparently, you're supposed to like barely lift your lower eyelids. Like it's the difference between this and.
Yeah, because you lift your lower eyelids a bit, and it kind of displays the message. Hey, you want some fuck?
How do you lift your lower eyelids?
It's kind of hard. I don't know.
Like that? Yeah, nigga.
You just do it.
Just squint your eyes like there's sand in
it. Sand in your eyes. Hey, baby, I want you to fuck me till it looks like there's sand in my eyes.
You know, something I really appreciate about you, Ken, is that you are so freaking witty and quick about it.
He's quick, man. Fuck.
Yeah, you are so fucking quick. Like, oh.
I'm wondering. Sorry. What if you're Asian? You can't like squint.
Yeah, I know. What if
I was thinking of it. I didn't want to say it right away, but.
Yeah, what if Ken's Asian?
Yeah, I know. This whole time, it turns out I'm witty just because I'm Asian.
No. I'm talking about that eye squinting.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, right.
I don't know. I think it's strange. I guess there is like. I've heard about all this stuff like in like Korea and all these like celebrities getting like eye widening surgery and like fucking crazy shit like that. Like to me that's so like
it's not they don't make their eyes like this. They make their eyes with double lids.
Oh.
And they instead of that like that they lift it up, make it a little more fuller.
I see.
Not like everyone's looking like that.
I was exaggerating.
That'd be terrifying.
I don't know.
Imagine that.
So sort of made me think about the question. Is there like a specific, or maybe not specific, but is there like a general sort of, I don't know how I'd phrase it. Like I guess race maybe, but it's more like people who are of particular genetics. It's like I feel like I can be attracted towards most. I mean, like I guess people who are from just about anywhere per se, like talking geographically. But it seems like as far as like Asians, not like Eastern, like Pacific Islander, but like more like mainland, like Chinese or stuff like that. I chronically find myself not being attracted.
I'm just. Can you quit pussyfooting around and ask your question? What are you asking?
You know what's really funny is that people tell me not to pussyfoot around, and it's like, it's not that I'm pussyfooting around. I'm just trying to find.
Oh, okay, I got you. Sorry.
I'm trying to find specificity in what I'm saying, but it's difficult for me.
Your stream of consciousness is just like, what are you saying?
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so let me phrase it this way. You know, a lot of them Chinese bitches ain't attracted to me, or ain't attractive to me.
Aren't attracted to you, or you're not attracted to them?
No, I'm not necessarily
attracted
to them.
Probably both ways.
Okay. See, it's weird.
That was rude, Kick-Ass.
I'm kidding. See, this is why oftentimes I'm more quiet because I had this shit come in there, and I'm like, I shouldn't say that.
When I was like going through puberty,
no, you can say it.
When I was like going through puberty and I was like watching porn, right? I found myself like gravitated towards like Asian women in particular. I don't know why. And then slowly it became like, you know, one Asian girl and like two Asian guys, and then suddenly the dam just broke, and like I started watching like just like guys of like all different things. So like I feel like that Asian is like the step towards.
Asian is the gateway drug to homosexuality. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't know. I'm just.
It's like. See, I've never really been into. I mean, as long as we're talking about the.
I find myself attracted to the Japanese aesthetic for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, not so much.
You mean bone structure or fashion?
No, bone structure.
Okay.
And like body shape, you know, just general aesthetic. I don't know.
Like the leanness of it.
Yeah.
It is just crazy to me how it like changes though between like mainland and then like as you get closer to the Pacific Islands.
That's because Europe and Spain invaded the shit out of us. Colonize us to hell. All the soldiers went there to party.
Us? Aren't you from Jersey?
Yeah, I'm from Jersey.
You can still have a sense of identity and solidarity with.
Excuse me, sir. I'm a white man. I'm not allowed to have those things. If I start talking about Germany or some shit, people are gonna raise eyebrows.
Well, you know,
What I get that's curious is with Asians, especially like mainly ones like I don't know with the monolith. I don't know. I find that really interesting. Like I find that being like something that's could be beautiful on its own. Same thing with girls with like curly hair. Like I know there's girls who like their hair, but sometimes like I notice some of my friends like they have like curly hair, and then when I come over and I have my hair, it's like, oh, I wish my hair was straighter, sir. You could do anything. I'm like, what? Your hair is like so cool and like it's big and full of
guess
I love
that's
it.
a little bit of a difference. Like in like a lot of Asian countries, it seems like most everyone has roughly the same hair color and eye color, you know. But like in European countries, like it was always kind of this like mixing of there's like all kinds of different.
You throw Irish into the mix and it just fucks everything down.
It's like it seems a little strange. Like I wonder if that has contributed to like collectivism versus like individualism between cultures, just by the fact that like there was more like physical diversity in certain traits. But I don't know. It's just something I've thought about sometimes.
Oh, I think it's more something deeper than that, because yeah, I'm not sure. I feel I don't have enough information to make a.
Yeah, I mean, I was just speculating that it might have played a role. You know, there was like, but I feel like that when certain things are the same, that people pick up on different differences anyway. You know?
Yeah, no, there'd be like definite differences. Like when I went over to visit, my brother, extremely obvious that he's like mixed. But with me, I'm like, oh, I'll blend right in. No, they won't tell the difference. Over here in America, everyone points out I'm like Asian or something. And then when I went there, they're like, oh, you're American. I'm like.
See, that's like when I visited Germany, I perfectly camouflaged. Everyone assumed I was just like belonged.
But it just assumed you were Hitler.
No. I just like walked around and people would speak to me in German and stuff and be like, what?
You gotta learn how to say like, what in German.
Yeah. What was that, kid?
They ask you something in German, you just be like, gay?
It's weird because my mom is like a ginger and my dad had like black hair and I came out like, you know, Aryan. So
depends on the genes. If your dad, if his grandparents or ever had light colored hair.
Yeah, none of the family photos like have any light colored hair. It must have come from my mom, you know, since her side of the family has blondes and stuff in it.
Well, no, your dad's somewhere it has to be some genes where they have blonde
at some
hair.
point, yeah. Like none of the recent history is shown. Like maybe on his mom's side, I don't know much about.
Yeah, because it starts to branch off.
Yeah, but on my dad's side, the reason they had dark hair and stuff was because my dad's an eighth, like some form of Creek Indian. We haven't quite figured out like the history, like which tribe or whatever.
I'm getting an epilepsy, Kato. Sorry.
Stab, kidda.
So I could have ended up looking more, you know, Native American, but the dice was rolled and I came out Aryan. So.
Yeah, I think if it's like only 1/8, that would be small.
Yeah, so I'm a 16th, yeah, so.
Yeah, that'd be a small amount.
But on my dad, like the history had been through like my dad's side, pretty much everyone had those traits, like darker hair and like the nose and stuff. Like I have like the nose a bit and like some other stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, actually, when I dyed my hair black, for whatever reason, like that made me like a really hot item. Like I was literally at a club and somebody came up to me and it's like, oh yeah, I love blue eyes and black hair, like basically like fuck me now. And I was like, really? Like I
probably because the dark hair makes your eyes pop even more.
Yeah.
The contrast.
And it's like it's probably also pretty rare because like you only see that like that mixing like kind of like in Russia sometimes you see that like naturally occurring. You know?
I think the contrast more so, like you know, it like makes it even pop even more.
Yeah.
I only see on TV. Yeah. Like Superman.
Right. But it was too hard. Like the problem with me dyeing my hair black is since I'm blonde, like unless I touched up their roots all the time, it would make
It would
me look
take a
like
lot
a
of
bald spot in the back because it would grow out and be blonde.
Just grow it out in stripes.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Fucking Kit Kats over here.
Yes, I am
advocating
here.
all the wrong shit. Just like you
You
should.
don't
do
know
this.
until you try it.
I think
One
it
time
was
I also had
I should totally dye my hair.
Yeah, your invisible hair. It's
Like-
rainbow.
one time I did a thing where I cut like all my hair and just left like a really well like cut like mohawk right here, and I dyed just that part black. That was like a weird time in my life.
Did you pull it off?
You're like, I did a lot of bath salts.
Yeah, I definitely pulled it off. I wish I had. I don't have any pictures of it. So it was kind of like I only pulled it off for like a couple days though, because once it started growing in, I kind of had to give it up.
Easy.
Unless I was gonna touch up the. I'm not the kind of person that can afford to like.
Too much maintenance.
Yeah. Like I would have to get like dye and like go home and like I'm not about that life. So
It's really easy. Just get a bucket of bleach and,
Stuck your head in it.
or like just touching up your hair in general. If you're dyeing your hair darker,
Yeah.
then it's even easier than having to bleach it,
yeah, since I'm blonde already.
and it doesn't damage your hair really. Going darker.
I don't know.
No.
It's not really me. That's a period of my life when I was like on Adderall and stuff. Like I had the energy to like afford to like.
To do stuff.
Yeah.
When I was in high school before, for some reason, I like wanted to like cut my hair really short, but like have it like this long kind of. I don't even know what it's called. Like dudes have that haircut now, where it's like longer or whatever and stuff, and I wanted to have it all
the Hitler
fluffy.
Youth haircut?
Probably, yeah. And like dye like this like lavender platinum purple color, and I realized my hair would have been like Tyler Oakley. I don't know what his hair looks like now.
You know what I find
before
really
when he dyed
ironic
it.
is that like the quintessential like social justice warrior haircut. You know what I mean? Like the shaved sides and like is like the Hitler Youth haircut. I find that really.
That's funny.
SJW's like ruined, like
Everything.
they kind of ruined. Like you're instantly put in that box. Like if you have like a certain hair color,
Neptune's like, how can I possibly be fashionable now?
Just have no hair. Just have wigs.
I should just buy a bunch of wigs every day. I could be
Yeah, just have like crazy looking like
like
wigs.
anime hair.
No, I want to get like those wigs like from those like what the hell is her name? Marie Antoinette. They just have boats and shit in there.
I want like big fucking anime like Goku hair and shit. Like that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
no, you gotta have Super Saiyan. It's just glowing. Put like lights in it, LED. Just turn it on. It's just glowing and shit.
Look at this one picture Elsie had made.
Use UV dye.
Rare
Oh.
instance of me with hair.
Oh, I need to see this. Yeah, I already saw that one.
Where is so? Where did this whole Yalerism thing come from? Like, how did this begin?
A typo.
Oh, well, that's
Because if you
A
look at your
typo.
keyboard, you have T and then you got Y.
oh,
So instead of Tay, we got Yay.
well, that's way more obvious than I expected.
And then we just rolled over. Taylor fell asleep and he looked really peaceful. And it was like from a downward like view. I think he ate a corn dog beforehand and then passed out. And so we're like, oh, he looks so peaceful. And he had, I don't know, he only wears that rainbow shirt. So I think that's where the idea came in my head. I'm like, he's so peaceful. It's like you could just see him like Jesus, like watching down on you. Like, can someone like Photoshop him in the clouds with like rainbows and shit there? So Elsie made the picture, and then that's where it spiraled off.
I see.
Does anyone have Pinterest in here?
I
Yeah,
do, but I haven't used it in a long time.
I updated my Tumblr more frequently.
Ken's Pinterest is like an expansion of his Tumblr.
Yeah, it's proto Tumblr is what it is. Pinterest is like
Mine isn't really that good.
it's like a more lame version of my Tumblr because Tumblr actually allows me to use GIFs.
I haven't been in mine forever, and now I'm looking at it. What does it even look like?
Here's my Pinterest.
I have another food one here. How unexpected.
Halloween.
Mine are so basic. I have one for food, one for cute puppies and like cute shit, and then like crafts. What's this one?
Sorry, I was getting like sweaty.
Travel.
Do you have Pinterest, Zachary?
No,
God, Zach, you're so boring.
I know.
No
I should start
Tumblr, no
board.
Pinterest, no Facebook.
I'm gonna get up a little bit of social media stuff once I start up my YouTube channel and stuff, which is
That
gonna
one
happen
for, like,
after I get a summer job.
What's it gonna be about? Half MBTI? How much other people?
No,
can
I'm
fuck
not
you?
gonna make any videos about MBTI. It's gonna be like video games I've enjoyed and like philosophy, like science and research I've been working on, things I've been looking into, like DNA science, molecular self-assembly. But try and make it like consumable and like practice on my communication and like appealing to a broader audience so that people can understand and be passionate
Hey.
about what the fuck I am passionate about. Yo,
Hello.
What's going on?
I'm
But
getting.
we're having fun, and then now you're
I
here.
guess.
Suck my dick, Ken.
Okay.
Like how there's no objection.
Only for you, Spacey. Only for
Life as the alpha int P.
Ken, now I just want to go back to my Tumblr because it's been a long time. I just go there to laugh.
Yeah, Kit Kat's Tumblr is like the opposite of mine. Mine's like dark and dreary, and then Kit Kat's is just like memes.
Oh, this
Memes.
reminds me.
All
So
the
we were
memes.
making fun of Yoko Ono. Have you guys seen her? Have you guys
Yeah.
seen her fashion line?
No.
No. Yoko Ono was a fucking lunatic.
I love.
I'm just remembering the screaming.
Yeah, well, it fits Neptune because you're a fucking lunatic
Have
too.
you seen her Katy Perry cover?
No.
I prefer
Is it more
John drums.
Oh wait, I'm totally gonna link it 1 second.
I much
In a
prefer
world with
John
any
drums.
justice, that woman would be dead by now.
Okay, this is her fashion line.
Oh, I need to see this. This should be interesting. Actually, I'm a little scared. Let's see.
There's just like a sweatshirt with a ball sack on it. Like,
That's hilarious. I like how the guy in a black shirt has little like nipple dots. I don't know what that is.
This is the butt hoodie, but that's sketches of a pair of fat, saggy balls.
and then the hand on his dick. It's just like, this is, who could wear this? Like,
Cost
I would
$75.
I would definitely wear this.
like non-ironic.
Models.
No, I'm not lying. Like I would actually wear those.
I would wear that hoodie with the ball sack on it, honestly.
It just seems kind of like
that-
Wait, what is that little apron with like? It looks like car parts or something. It's not even centered.
The
Yeah.
pants are kind of like the only wear.
It's like a piece of acrylic with like hubcaps on it or something.
Yeah, it's like mini hubcaps, but they're not even centered. They're like slightly off.
It's based on a book of hand-drawn illustrations that she presented to John Lennon on the occasion of their wedding.
So wait, did she draw
It was the
ball
beginning
sacks?
and the end for him.
Here, this is what I want you to
John Lennon.
wear on our wedding night. Like, this is our.
that accurate enough?
Yeah.
What, they're still watching it.
Dude.
Jesus
I would,
Christ.
I would rather watch that goat.
What an amazing artist she is. She's so out there. Nobody can. I just don't even get it.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I'm not artistic enough to understand.
Wait. Here's the thing.
You know, maybe 20 years from now, I'll look back at this performance and be like, wow, how ignorant I was.
No, when you're like at the brink of existential like breaking point, you know, you're gonna be like on your knees, like bleeding, and you're just gonna be like, Yoko Ono was right. Ah! Just like, like I understand the human condition. I've suffered enough. Like,
Just reminded me of that.
How full of herself does she really have to be? Like,
I think she like might be on the level of like Master Troll. Like she's perfectly aware of like what you know.
I really don't think so, dude.
You're saying how full of herself does she have to be? I think that's exactly the problem. I think that's why she's screaming so much, is she's trying to get it out.
I think it was a commentary on state of pop culture today and how the music was shit.
Why didn't she say that?
She doesn't have to.
Yeah.
She just has to get up, scream, and then walk away while people try to desperately flag her down.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's like metaphysical mugging.
She's like, we may as well be screaming the
here.
microphones like that.
I messed up a little bit there.
Wow.
That's a great drawing of Taylor's chin.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit! I show people the sketchbook. I'm gonna have to explain that.
I wonder how this woman was powerful enough to destroy the Beatles.
She
What,
made us
magic?
sounds in the forest. alone,
Left-hand
under the
path,
moonlight.
dude. She turned her masturbation addiction.
What the hell was
into
John Lennon
true power.
on when he married her?
Everything.
She probably was like insane.
The world may never know, because this woman is legitimately psychotic.
It has to be the sex, right? I mean, that's the only conclusion.
I don't know, but if I heard those sounds, I would regret everything.
Like in the middle of sex, she's making those sounds. Like,
I would.
I mean, on one
terrified.
hand, you'd be like, my dick did that, but on the other hand, you'd be like, I don't.
I would
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, on one hand, I'd be like, hey, we're finally getting somewhere. On the other hand, I'd be like, I don't know if I like where we're going.
Yeah. It's a much better way to do it.
Squeaky. Squeak, squeak, squeak.
But you can
Yeah, of course it's me.
get some W. What's it
No.
called? Okay.
That would require effort.
Just get a can, shake it up. and then you spray it, and
Shake
then you
it
have
up,
a match
shake it up.
underneath it. Okay. That is how you solve the squeaking.
Are you trying to hurt me? What did I do
No.
to you?
I'm just saying,
Kit
get a
Kats,
lighter and
why?
get some can of W40 and just go.
Kit Kats,
On the chair.
why? Don't hurt me.
If anything, I would hurt myself somehow. If I was trying to hurt somebody, I would just end up hurting myself.
Yeah, I made that comment recently. I can't remember about what exactly it was, but I was like I'm like a Pokemon. It's like, oh, that's what it was. I was like, when I actually get emotionally invested in an argument, it never goes well for me, because I was like, I end up becoming
Wait. Back up. If you're a Pokemon, what type are you?
Okay, we'll deal with that later. I'm going to finish my comment, though. The comment is that if I get emotionally invested in an argument or something, then I end up like a Pokemon where it's like, Kenny hurt himself in confusion.
Yeah.
Hands down, I'd be Snorlax.
Wait, you're saying I'm Snorlax?
No, me.
Oh.
Just want to eat food and sleep all day.
I don't know.
Have my fat ass blocked away. Only way is a Pokeflute.
I don't know.
What type feels like you?
What type feels like INFJ?
Okay,
What's
well,
the mystical ones?
So,
Can I be a
Rhino is
combo?
every bit as crazy as Ono is, so
Can I be a combo
that's
player?
why.
yeah, you can be 2 type. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I don't know.
I'm guessing it's gonna be like psychic something, but I don't know. Maybe.
Abracadabra, because he has a spoon.
Nah, that's too on the nose.
That's the thing is I don't know.
What's
any
a spoon on
Pokemon.
his nose?
I don't know what exact Pokemon it would be, but probably either psychic or dark mixed with earth or ground, whatever.
The dark ground.
Magnus, that picture. Is that a family heirloom?
That's his baby picture.
Is that his child? I'm gonna now be haunted by the whales of Yoko Ono. I hope I don't meet them in my dreamscape.
Damn, I had fucking weird dreams last night.
I know, I remember you were telling me about your cool dreams. I don't have any cool dreams. If I do, it's very rare. It's all boring. I actually remember the last dream I had, I dreamed that I was late to work, and I was worrying about that. And then I was trying to drive a car, but I couldn't quite drive normally, because when I dream, I can't drive for some reason. It's like I'm drowsy. So I was worrying of, like, crashing.
So sometimes I'll like
Trying to get to work was my dream.
yeah. Like sometimes I'll dream that I'm like so inebriated that like I can't move, and people around me are like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?"
I used to have those more often. Like, I can't walk. It'd be, like, half asleep. But it's usually normal now. It's only when I'm driving. I can't, like... It's really weird. It's like I'm falling asleep at the same time the car is falling asleep with me and sinking to the ground at the same time swerving. That's the only, like, weird thing. But it was not... I didn't like it. But it was still pretty boring. Like, I'm late to work. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's kind of like picking a grass starter is a little bit like making the game a little bit more difficult. Kind of. It's like if you don't want to just like raffle stomp.
I like reading the grass type. The grass and the water.
The problem is once I started looking at Pokemon's actual stats,
Yeah, it kind of
and started metagaming it, it sucked all the life out of it.
a little bit. Like I
can't even use this thing because it's complete shit and will never be good.
I would like split the difference, you know, because another thing was like move sets and stuff. Like I didn't get too anal about IVs and stuff. Like I would catch.
No, that is just time consuming.
I would catch like 3 of the same type, pick the best one with the best nature, and then level that one up. And it was like a good middle ground of me being efficient.
You just got to do like a Nuzlocke run or some shit.
But once I
Hard mode.
started playing Pokemon Showdown, where you can just make a team with like any moveset and like any IVs you want and stuff, like that's really fun. You can make like all kinds of crazy teams. It's like free, and you can battle against other people. And there's like leaderboards. One of my favorite leads is to grab a Sableye, give it a Sticky Barb, and give it Trick. So like swap items, and Sticky Barb reduces 1/8 of your health. So you can just. And Sableye has Prankster, so it always moves first if you use a non-attacking move. So first move, I can always, like, it's like guaranteed kill, because they'll die after, like, 8 turns, no matter what.
I never figure out games easily like that. I just like play it to death and just like make all the mistakes until I figure out, oh, this pattern doesn't work so well, and I realize, oh, this thing works. Let me try that. It's like a slow, painful process.
I'm like the
Like
other way.
extremely
Like,
slow and painful.
I'll theory craft and then like build like a perfect team and then slowly adjust it based on like the success. Like first, I spent a lot of time early on though, like theory crafting. That's how I go into things. I try and make like what's the theory in my head. Like I try and make it work in the game.
No, dude. It's like theory crafting, and then after tons and tons and tons of theory crafting, you actually play for a little while, right? And then you're like, okay, this is boring. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so I got distracted. I'm not so sure what Pokemon I would be. I just know that this is hands down my theme song.
Is it the theme song?
It's Lavender Town.
I will never buy another handheld gaming device again, so I guess my Pokemon days are over.
Well, that's why I just go to Pokemon Showdown.
Oh no, I don't really care. It'll never be as fun as it was when I was 10.
Oh yeah.
on
And that
the
song makes me think of like every creepypasta.
on the Lavender Town video, top comment says, "When you're playing Pokemon Go and find a corpse in the river."
You might like this
Funny.
remix.
Let it go. Oh, let's go to Lavender Town. You know, I prefer this version. Hold on, I'll bring it up. This is the one I like.
The corpse becomes a zombie.
Yeah. Games like Path of Exile, though, like, it relieves the pressure a little bit because you're limited by the RNG of your gear. So, like, it's kind of nice in that sense.
No, that game is really hardcore.
Yeah, well, as far as theory crafting out, like, your build path, like...
Well, there's no numbers to crunch. You just figure out what your build path is, and the rest of it is pretty much RNG.
Well, I use this, like, build planner. So you can click all this stuff like in it, and it'll add up the numbers for you. So it'll give you like raw numbers to like it auto calculates like what your build would be like, and then the RNG of the gear is like the only part that's like ambiguous. I'll have to look on Steam.
Holy shit, Magnus is gonna play with us now?
That'd be kind of awesome. Because if we can get more people, like we have a lot more flexibility in our build. We can go a lot farther.
What's Path of Exile?
It's like Diablo 2, but like updated and like awesome.
Yeah.
I guess.
Cringing purposes.
Oh yeah. I always send him shit that will just ruin his day or make his day. Like to combine it.
Did you check out the version of Lavender Town I posted?
Yeah, that one. That's the one
that's
that's
Zach.
I've played Path of Exile 250 hours, so not as long as some other games, but
I probably haven't played it nearly as much as you guys. I got burned out on it.
yeah, that can happen
Not
easily.
really easily.
If you do too much theory crafting and get disappointed when it doesn't work out, like you can get burned out.
God damn it, I can't even finish a fucking video game anymore.
Yeah.
What is my problem?
I get like, yeah, I do it to myself though, because I'll spend way too much time
Like,
doing hypotheticals and all this kind of stuff, and I just like get mental fatigue or I'll just like I'll play the game like so hard that I just like completely destroy it, and there's no fun in it anymore because I've found out how to like completely
there's
work
no
on it.
mistake. There's no nothing anymore.
Yeah, it's like if there's a game that doesn't constantly, I have to have a constant challenge. If I just like wreck a game in the first hour and then just start like being overpowered because I've just figured out how to use the game systems to become overpowered, it's just
That's why I'm now only interested in things that I will never understand.
where the game systems are complicated enough that you could never possibly.
No game system is complicated enough that I wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
break it if I really tried. But
Talk dirty to me.
no, I'm talking about like, just completely abstract bullshit.
Like more like artistic games, like
No, not games, just like
like as far
philosophy, psychology, things that like you'll
Yeah,
never
if you
actually
were
really,
doing
really
games,
figure out how it works.
I'll play like an hour. There's so many games I've bought like on sale on Steam and played for an hour and just been like,
Yeah, I learned not to fall into that Steam trap. It's like, oh, this looks fun, and not really. 1 hour played into the trash heap.
we've gotten so good at video games that it's just like we can't enjoy them.
No, I've gotten really picky about I got really picky about the books I read too, and that's why I barely read anymore.
You're like it's like a general consumerism, elitism. That's just
Yeah, like
my standards are too high now. I just can't enjoy anything.
I got really into like fantasy novels, for example, but like eventually I realized that most fantasy authors are really shitty writers, and
Yeah.
this book I'm reading really isn't that interesting. So now I only read like the Game of Thrones series was fucking awesome. I started reading that when I was 10, and I've been reading them religiously. And he will not ever finish that series of books because he's going to die of a fucking heart attack before he does, mark my words.
Probably.
His books were great. Wheel of Time was pretty fun to read, but
See,
the dude could not write female characters to save his life.
But eventually, maybe you'll get bored enough that you'll like do something like you'll just like, okay, I'm finally bored enough with consuming entertainment. I'm just gonna change the world. Fuck it.
I just make my own entertainment. That's what I do.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to be happening anytime soon. It's an actual angle to change the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you gotta have, that angle. But I mean, surely you have like something that you're more specialized in than like most anybody else, right?
No, I really have no skills.
I don't believe that.
I feel like I'm underselling. Magnus laughs.
Like, I'm not a savant or anything. Like, you have to put in
You don't
effort.
have to be.
You have to put in effort to be skilled with things, and I don't put in effort, so...
Oh, but you're good at generally analyzing systems and like working within them and stuff. Like that's a pretty specialized skill.
It's okay, Spacey. I'll
Hasn't gotten
balance
me
you.
anywhere.
I don't understand any of that shit. I'll off balance you. It's okay.
Any what shit?
Just systems, games, how to math.
How to math? That's a good
See, like,
question.
something that was interesting is that, like, when I started doing research and stuff, I realized that I already knew how to do it because I was so efficient at like researching stuff for video games.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I'm not good at researching shit. I research the shit out of things. Like, if I have to go buy something on the internet,
Look everything up.
I'll research it for like weeks and not ever buy it because I'm like, there's got to be a better thing for a better price somewhere.
Right.
I kind of do that. But not with everything, but those times where it's just like, I need to know everything and scour every piece of information and then look at the comments and then like see people's opinions and like, okay, this is one site I exhausted. 10 million more. Yeah. And it's like, okay, I exhausted blogs. Now to YouTube. I forgot that like the first thing I go on my blog now is Ken's face.
Wait, what? Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and the picture Ash made. Forgot that terror is there. Not the main ones, the one underneath.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
I think because I know exactly what you're saying. Like, I think you're being like too hard on yourself though. Like, the skills you have are like really, really powerful. It's just like a matter of like self-confidence. You know what I mean? And being able to actually do something. you know, and I still struggle with this. Like, I make it sound like I have shit going on in my life, right? But I'm still like at this point where it's like I'm trying to change myself so I can actually enact what I want to do. It's like it's still like, you know, a struggle, but it's like you have
It's not like a lack of confidence. It's just a lack of direction.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I guess yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, what do you do? Like, what exactly is the goal I want to do?
Yeah, 'cause
I noticed for a lot of things, it's like, what's the point? I'm like, I think I'm something like, I want to do this, but there's no
I wouldn't
point.
even know if I hadn't had like an NI like realization about what I needed to do. Like, I would have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, shit, what was I gonna say?
No direction?
No, it was something before that. That's what we call a brain fart, ladies and gentlemen.
I have brain aneurysms.
I don't know. I agree. It is hard to like narrow down the potentialities into like narrow enough where you could actually like make a decision. That's something I struggle with a lot. Because you can almost think of like probably like infinitely many things you could do. So it's almost like, you know.
Well, it's like you have to start somewhere. Like, what do I want?
Yeah.
But even that,
I just want to
impossible
dance.
to answer.
Yeah, where I started at, it was like the answer I would give myself for a long time is I just want to learn like as much as possible. Like I used to think it was like for the sake of knowledge itself, you know. That was kind of like where
I don't know. It's like I almost feel like there's nothing left for me to learn. Not that I really know everything, but I've gotten the gist of reality.
The upswing,
Like,
the upswing of Enneagram 5s is that moving into 8, now you just got to be bossy about shit, because if you have the inside track on how things work, you're probably the most knowledgeable on something. So just tell people how it is.
well, another problem with 5s is that you don't actually really know anything because
You're never
So
done.
neither does
apply the
anyone
theoretical
else.
knowledge, you see how wrong you are.
See,
Uh,
how is your NI use out of curiosity? Like when you took that, have you taken that test that shows your like your use of the different things?
Cognitive function.
yeah,
What test is that?
It's basically equivalent to my NE. I don't.
Hey, the perfect guy just came in here. He can give you a motivational speech.
I want real motivation.
Well, no, it's like I don't want money. I don't want things. Like everything that I know, I think that I might want, that people might want. I'm like, it's really not gonna make me happy. So there's got to be something I'm missing here. But fuck me if I ever am gonna know what it is.
Do you want a senpai?
Like an old wise master.
No, I was gonna say, are you attracted to the
Zen
notion
master.
of
That's what I fucking need. I need a Zen master.
being a Zen master?
You and me both. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm less in need of a Zen master and more in need of a Tyler Durden.
I don't get that reference.
Fight Club.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I feel like since I was younger, I just wanted someone to go on adventures with. Doing cancer.
I'll go on adventures with you, Kit Kats. We still got to go to New York City sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe you could make your goal to just like explore the universe and
Dude, I want to fucking explore the universe, but like,
I have a story called that.
I'm too early for that.
maybe
You
not.
know, it's like,
Well, we might have like active like space trends that, like within 20 years, like probably not that soon, but maybe.
no, I want to be like a fucking galactic frontiersman, dude. I want to be like
Nice. The final
for
frontier.
people to set foot on a new world, but like that's like you got to be in like the Air Force for 20 years and then you got to do astronaut training.
Not necessarily. What if you devoted your life to creating the environment in which you could go into space? Like, and you really could.
Imagination. I do that.
Imagination. I'd like to think of the Talking with Famous People group as like a potential crew for a starship. That'd be fun.
Maybe we kill each other. I was gonna mention this before. Like, if we all were on a desert island, I'm sure we would kill each other.
Yeah, I guess I would have to like invent some kind of actual practical way to propel us through space at a reasonable speed.
Yeah, and you have some engineering background. Just keep it in the back of your mind. Start thinking about.
No, I really don't. I'd have to basically completely teach myself everything I need to know, and then also be a complete fucking genius.
But
and
doing
somehow
innovative requires you like
come upon something that no other physicist has ever thought about. And
I wanted to do something like that when I was younger, and I realized I wasn't smart enough. So my hope was to find.
Well, no, that's not smart enough. No, that's bullshit.
I mean, genius enough. Like,
no,
I don't know. Like, I feel like it's a little bit of a like, it just from like putting yourself in a scenario where like ideas that don't normally come together can come together in your head is how to set yourself up with like innovative ideas. Like, I bet all of us have had tons of ideas that are completely unique, right? It's just that like how many of them have we actually like pursued, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how people just come up with new shit spontaneously. It's not like really a goal that you can work toward. That's what has me tied up. It's like it just happens.
Do you know what I notice for me, and I tend to try to do this or force myself to do this? I try to think in terms of usually when people come up with ideas, it will spring from a problem, and they'll think of some kind of a creative solution for that specific problem. So I usually try to tell myself, okay, this is the situation. I have this thing I'm missing or this kind of problem. How can I solve it? And with what limitations do I have? So that kind of helps to set up coming up with ideas.
What are we talking about?
Innovation, motivation, I'm not sure.
Okay.
We're talking about how to do amazing things.
Yeah, how do you do that? I feel like you have the answer, Ruby. No pressure.
My quick answer would be amazing. Depends on how you define it. I don't know.
Like completely world changing, like inventing, like a warp travel or some shit, or teleportation, or
Pandora's box.
Yeah, Pandora's box shit.
Does that have to be changing for the better, or just change? Just a huge change? Because
changing for the better is just. I mean, you can't really predict that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, in general.
Don't you think it's about digging deep enough, and then making like any connections or NI or whatever?
You know how many changes have come like on accident, or like somebody created something you had no idea that. So I don't know.
People just kind of stumble into it, but I don't know how you actually like create an environment that will foster that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's about like a lottery in that sense?
I think that you can control it a little bit. You can put yourself in a scenario where you generate new, unique ideas, and that's by making sure that you surround yourself with a variety of like disciplines. So that, because here's the thing, like really good ideas come from the intersection of ideas that haven't crossed before.
Well, yeah, we were talking about this before.
So if you surround yourself with like you know, biologists and like chemists and like physicists and like engineers and like social science people and like, you know, historian buffs and like, you know, history buffs and like all these different people. Like, you're bound to have tons of like interesting ideas, you know, and not all of them are going to be like really something that you can double down on.
I just need like a bank of experts in every field to just be at my beck and call.
Well, not necessarily your beck and call, but like...
No, my fucking beck and call, dude.
Well, maybe eventually, but the way you start off is just like networking, right? Like, and real basic stuff. Like, just go and talk to them. Like, find an excuse to like talk to them. And most other people are... most people are so invested in their field that they love to talk about it, right? No one else wants to talk about their research, right? Finding somebody else that actually fucking wants to talk to you about the thing you care about is like, you know, people are much more receptive than it might seem to just, I don't know, start a dialogue, and if they appreciate your insight, and like, they'll probably like continue to talk with you and stuff.
Well, at this rate, I'm just going to be an electrician, and I'm going to be surrounded by, like, you know, blue-collar dudes who are also electricians or masons or something of that sort. I don't know, maybe I'll come up with a new thing about power transmission or some shit. Let's go with that.
I don't know, there's so many different ways to like create an environment like that. I mean, you're probably like pretty profoundly creative when you're, you know, that's what I meant about the confidence thing. Like, I feel like that you're so creative and like, and analytical that if you give yourself like the chance, like you can totally like think of a scenario that would work. You just have to have the confidence to like pursue that trajectory and not worry too much about like, will this work out or not? You know, it's like you got to be willing to fail, and that's something I struggle with still, which is why
it's almost like it's like a conservation of energy more than anything. It's like it's like how a frog just sits there, right? And it doesn't notice anything, and then all of a sudden a fly comes by and its tongue shoots out and it continues to sit. Like, I'm like just a frog. Like it's like the best way to not waste any energy looking for food, basically.
Yeah, like I get that. Like, it's like a big risk to like go out and invest all this energy in something when you're not 100% confident that it's going to work out.
Well, and especially when you're not even particularly motivated to do it.
It's kind of like what drives that? Like, you waste all this energy, and at the end of it, you could be like left without much. But that's the thing. Like, the willingness to fail, like that's the area where most everybody stops working on something. It's like, I don't really want to fail, so I'm just like not going to do it. And then that's the potential energy barrier, you know, like it's internal, you know. But
I feel like there's something I've been able to surpass to a certain degree with this, like with typology stuff, like that whole willingness to fail at it.
Yeah,
because I feel like every time I explain something, I'm failing.
Yeah, I mean, I've had tons and tons of failures, and like every time it feels like complete shit. But like the next time I work on that, like something similar, like I do it a little bit better, and I might still fail again, but like